Okay, so good morning, class. How's everyone doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. Okay, guys, so today we are going to learn about ratios and proportional relationships. And what we should be able to do by the end of the lesson, guys, is to be able to compare two related quantities and represent the ratios in a variety of formats. And our standard is to understand the concept of a ratio and use racial language to describe racial relationship between two quantities. Okay. Now, I want to see a show of hands as to how is our current understanding of ratios. So here are some questions to think about first, and then we can discuss about it, okay? So what's a ratio? Why do we use ratios? What are some examples of real world ratios, and what do those ratios mean? And if we don't know what ratios are, that is totally okay, because we're going to learn what ratios are throughout the lesson, okay? But can I see a show of hands or a brave volunteer as to that first question? Can anyone tell me what a ratio is? Kason, what is a ratio?
Excuse me. A ratio is like when it goes up or down whenever you do a specific something, or increases or decreases.
Okay, good try. Anybody else? Joaquin?
A ratio is a way to compare two different numbers depending on if the number is separated from a different number. For example, if we're doing a survey, we can do a ratio on how many people chose one thing versus another thing.
Okay, you guys are doing a good job. Okay, can anyone tell me why we use ratios? Adrian?
We mostly use ratios to compare like the amount of something with the other.
Yeah, good job. Okay, and third question. What are some examples of real world ratios, and what do those ratios mean? Isaiah?
One example of a real ratio is, for example, every 1 month, for example, for your house, you might pay, let's say, $1,500. And it means so every month, so one on this side, 1,500 on this side, and then the two dots, we
Hold
let
on.
every 1 month
Uh-huh.
pay $1,500.
That's really expensive for a house, but yeah, that's a good example. William, do you have another example?
Another example is if you're running a business, and it's like selling products, and then there's like reviews, 5-star reviews, and then there's a category for good reviews and bad reviews, and then it's, say you have a 2 good reviews to 3 bad reviews ratio, meaning that that's how it works. You're comparing both sides.
Right. Yeah, good job. Yeah, that's a good example, guys. So now we're going to move on to what exactly the definition of a ratio is and the other vocabulary words that go with the topic. So ratios, the definition is a comparison between two quantities, and it measures the same types of things, which include a fraction, a symbol, or a word. So for example, here's a picture of, sorry guys, 6 stars. Right? We see 2 blue stars and 4 red stars. So for the symbol of the ratio, we can say the 2 to 4, which is a colon, which we're going to use. The word would be 2 to 4, the word TO instead of the TWO, and the fraction version of a ratio, which is 2 over 4. Okay? And then here's another great example of what we can compare, which is circles, triangles, and let's say squares for that, okay? And our second vocabulary word would be vocabulary word would be equivalent ratios, which is ratios that make the same comparison of numbers, okay? And here's a great example of what an equivalent ratio is, and same thing, ratios that have the same value. So 1 to 2 is equivalent to 2 to 4. So as you guys can see, there's a total of 3 circles here. So 1 is yellow, 2, 2. So it would be 1 to 2. And then there's a total of 6 circles. So there's 2 yellow ones to 4. See? So 1 to 2 is equivalent to 2 to 4. And then same thing here. 2 to 10, 3 to 15, and 4 to 20 is equivalent to 1 to 5. Okay, those are a couple of examples for that. Now, proportions. Proportions is, there's a definition that it says a comparison of two ratios. I put a little table chart thing for what's proportional, what's an example of a proportional equation, and what is not a proportional equation. So for the proportional equation, there's a 3 over 4 equals 6 over 8. Okay. Then there's 2 over 7 with the multiplication. So 6 over 21. Then there is the non-proportional section, which would be 1 over 5 not equaling to 3 over 10. Then there's 8 over 24 not equaling to 6 over 20, okay? Now moving on to cross multiply. So the definition is basically a faster way to solve equivalent ratios of fractions, which comes from multiplying both sides by both denominators. So as you guys can see, there's an x, a 3 to the left, and then there's a 2 and a 9 to the right. So these set the cross products equal to each other. So we're going to multiply x times 3, then there we're going to multiply 2 times 9. So 3x plus x times 3 is 3x, equaling to 9 times 2, 18. We're going to simplify and divide both sides by 3 to get x by itself. So as we know, divided by 3, divided by 3, which we're going to get x. Okay. Now here is our vocabulary game, guys. So we're going to quietly, but let me finish my instructions and then I'll let you guys follow the instructions, okay? So we're going to quietly open our desk, and 8 of you will find a vocabulary card taped into your desk. No, not taped, but put into your desk. Once the vocabulary card has been found, please raise up the card quietly, and then the teacher will then ask for the students who have the ratio card, proportion card, equivalent ratio card, and the cross multiply card. Teacher will ask the students to read their definition out loud so that the class can witness who has the vocabulary card. Then the students will have to come up with their own definition and create their own mathematical example with their designated group on a piece of paper. Okay? And the students may use their Chromebooks to find mathematical examples of their vocabulary word. Note, guys, students, you guys have 2 minutes to complete this part as a group, and you will have to present when they come up, what you guys come up with. Okay? So as of right now, let's go ahead and open our desk and let's find that index card. And then as soon as you find it, guys, raise it up so I can see who has it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you guys can't find it, then it's probably your partner who was absent, so check their desks.
They need you in the office.
So in that case, guys, you guys have to find a new researcher.
I'll do it.
Okay. Okay, can I see, can the ratio card be shown? So everyone else put your cards down. Let's see ratio. Only ratio, not equivalent ratio, please. Ratio. Okay, from Kaysen to Zyla, who would like to define the definition? So Kaysen, Zyla. Zyla, go ahead and read it out loud.
Comparison between two quantities that can be represented using a fraction, a colon, symbol, or words.
Okay, can I see who has a proportion card? Okay, from Austin to Yvonne, who would like to read it? Yvonne, go ahead and read it. Okay. Can I see who's equivalent ratio?
Me.
Okay, Jaylene, who would like to speak? Jaylene, go ahead.
No, me. Okay. Ratios that make the same comparison of a number.
Okay, and cross multiply. So Isaiah and Julia, who would like to read? Okay, Isaiah, go right ahead.
A faster way to solve equivalent ratios of fractions, which comes from multiplying both sides by both denominators.
Okay. So now that everyone knows who has the designated vocabulary card, you guys may now go ahead and get as a group and remember who your researcher is, who your presenter is, and who your writer is. Okay, so you guys may get started and you guys have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to figure out, give me your own definition and your own example.
Yeah, brainstorm.
So like our own.
Yeah, so your own definition of a mathematical Ratios example, yes, and you guys have to define the definition in your own words. Guys, make sure to write it on your whiteboards, not scratch paper. So you guys are writing equivalent ratios, yes. So you guys are finding your own definition, and you guys are gonna show me a mathematical. So that's why you're the researcher. You're in charge of that.
And he's also the presenter.
Do you guys get what you're sorry? Do you guys get what you're doing? Okay. Sorry, you guys have less than 2 minutes now.
It's an easier way.
Okay, you guys have 30 seconds.
30
seconds.
Multiplying rate is better. It's an easier way to say
It's not good, but it's
proportion being the comparison
You guys want to help Isaiah too? Isaiah, you can turn around and Elaine, you guys can turn around. So you guys have to.
easier way to find
So you guys have to write both, yeah. It's okay, it's okay. Okay, you guys are gonna have 1 more minute. Come on, guys. Let's get started. Let's finish up. Raise your whiteboards if you guys are done, please.
But don't write it like that.
Remember to write your definition.
In our own words, man.
A way to solve.
A way to solve
Wait, I'm gonna look at
ratios or fractions.
Okay, guys, you guys have 10 seconds.
he's trying to verify.
10. No, that's on the whiteboard. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. If you guys didn't finish, it's okay. You guys can, your other partner will obviously help you out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, may I see the whiteboards for the ratio card? Ratios. Okay, so it looks like Soleil's group was able to finish. So Soleil, can you read us your guys' definition and show the class your example?
The quantitative comparison of two amounts showing the numbers. For example, 7 to 8 can be shown in words or in a colon or a fraction.
Okay, good job. Alright, good job guys, you guys tried your best. Proportion cards. May I see the proportion card whiteboards? Okay, let's go ahead and present. Oh. Go ahead, babe. Okay, and what was your mathematical example?
4/5
Group, can you guys help them out?
Um, 4 times 11 times 5 times
Uh-huh. And then, okay. Good job. Now, equivalent ratio cards. May I see those whiteboards? Okay, I haven't heard from Gertage. Let's go ahead and hear from Gertage.
Equivalent ratios are ratios that are the same, like them.
Okay, and what's your mathematical example? Can you show the class?
1:2 and 2:4. They're the same.
Good job. Now, cross multiply. Who else had cross multiply? So Joshua, go ahead and share.
Cross multiply. A way to solve an equation, a fraction, slash ratio.
And what's your mathematical example?
2/5 and 7/3 is 2 times 3 is equivalent to 7 times 5.
Okay. Did you guys have something similar? Yeah. See? Okay. Good job. Okay. Good job, guys. You guys can go ahead and erase what you guys have on your whiteboards. We are going to move on. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and quiet down because we are going to continue our presentation. So, common ratios, guys. These are our daily examples that we see every day. So, days per week, obviously there's 1 day per out of the whole week, which is 1 to 7. Hours per day would be 24 to 1. Days per year would be 365 to 1. Feet per yard would be 3 to 1. And then inches per foot would be 12 to 1 because 12 inches equals or goes to 1 foot. Okay. Now, who uses ratios? Principals, if you guys didn't know, use ratios to make sure there are enough teachers for students in the building. The lottery uses ratios to also show how many winners there are compared to tickets being bought. And here's a little cute example of a principal in the lottery. Okay, and these are, questions so you guys can keep in mind. And when you guys are looking around the classroom. So ratios in our classroom. What is the ratio of teacher to students in our class? What is the ratio of chairs to tables? What is the ratio of walls to the floor? What is the ratio of walls to the ceiling? Or what is the ratio of students with glasses to students without glasses? I'm curious to know, can anyone volunteer as to to answer the question, what is the ratio of walls to the ceiling? See, I haven't heard from Landon. Landon, let's go.
I think it would be 4 to 1.
Good job, because we only have one ceiling. Want to add something, Joshua?
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, cause look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 ceiling, so 4 to 1.
What about if you cut it in half?
Well,
1, 2, 2
So then what would be the
2 to 2.
okay?
No, 4 to 2.
4 to 2. Okay, moving on, guys. So it's gonna be your turn. So this is where your scratch paper comes around, guys. Come up with one more ratio you see from your class and explain what they mean. Okay, you have 2 minutes to come up with an example. So look around the classroom, guys, with your eyes. Don't walk around. Come up with an example, and then I'll ask for yes.
What do you mean explain what you mean?
Explain like how you guys came up with it. I will ask for 4 volunteers, okay guys? You guys have 2 minutes. Right now, okay? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we have the idea for there's no copying over here.
Okay, 45 seconds.
Can I come with the room?
Yes, right now. Twenty seconds.
30? So then that means there's 8.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, class, go ahead and take a seat. Let's quiet down. I'm going to ask for 4 volunteers to share what they found around the classroom. Ethan, what did you find?
Humans to classes.
Humans to classes? Okay. Anyone else? Aiden, you have a suggestion?
Teachers that have attendance rosters,
2 to 29. How'd you get that?
typically ranging between
Good job.
smart at the moment.
William.
If you wanted to call
We
extension
did
1, 1,
people wearing sweaters to shirts, and there are 22 wearing sweaters and 7
hold on
wearing
to the roster to the end of the day.
That's a good one. Good job. Joshua.
We did whiteboards to TV, and it was 3 to 1. So 3 whiteboards and 1 TV.
3 whiteboards?
1, 1, 2. Yes, 3.
Oh, good job. I did. Wow. Yeah, good job, guys. So, Leigh, did you want to answer? Okay, what did you get?
I had 11 to 17 and it's girls to boys.
Girls to boys. Okay, good job, guys. That was really good. Okay, moving on. We are going. Okay, this is going to involve your whiteboards as well, okay? So, as a group. Okay, so here's a question for you all. A basket of fruit contains 6 apples, 4 bananas, and 3 oranges. What is their relationship? First question. What is our ratio from bananas to apples? Trinidad.
It's 4 to 6. Or no, wait. 4 to 10. Because it's bananas, 2 apples.
So we see bananas. There's 4 bananas, 2 apples, which would be 4 to 6. But can that be
No,
simplified?
wait. 6 apples.
Yes. So it would be 4. No, number 4 to 6.
Oh,
so 4 to
then
6.
I was right the first time.
Yes.
4 to 6.
So can that get simplified, guys? 4 to 6.
Yes.
Okay. So what would be the Elaine?
2/3.
2/3. Good job. Now, for the second one, guys, bananas and apples, 2 oranges. Okay, so bananas and apples, 2 oranges. Kason.
3/10, and it cannot be simplified.
And it cannot be. Bananas and apples, which would be 10.
And then the
Two.
oranges is 3.
3. Yep, and it cannot be simplified. Good job. Last one. Oranges to total pieces of fruit. Adrian.
3 to 13.
3 oranges to total pieces of fruit. So 6, 10, 13. Yep, good job.
Cannot be simplified.
And it cannot be simplified. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So we are going to work on the Kahoot. I want everyone to open your Chromebooks and type in the search box kahoot.it, and your game pin will be provided shortly. Whiteboard or scratch paper, whichever you want to use, will be needed for this activity. Okay. So kahoot.it. Okay, and there's your pin, and I want everyone to write your full name, not your last name, but your full name, okay? There should be 29, since Javier is not here. Now I want you guys to keep in mind that the questions, you guys will have enough time for you guys to work on it. I won't give you guys 20 seconds. You guys will have like a minute. Okay, there's 20. Who else needs? Okay, Adrian will wait. Yes, Joaquin.
I'm trying to prove I'm not a robot.
Oh.
Because this thing will not let me.
Or how about let's exit the website and try it. So like you do it.
Because it won't let you search up anything unless you do it. And it makes you do it over and over.
How about here? Let's try this. So we got 27, and I see almost everybody ready. We're just waiting for Cuba and Joaquin. If not, that is totally okay. Just go ahead and finish doing the proving you're not a robot. Okay, we will start, guys. So let's get ready. And then Joaquin, you can join us as soon as you're done proving that you're not a robot. Okay, guys, here we go. Ratio and proportional relationships. So, what is the ratio of apples to pieces of fruit? Is it 7/12? Is it 5/7? Is it 7/5 or 5/12? Okay, yeah, I see what you guys looked at. Okay, 7/12 was the correct answer. And then there was 7 of you guys that picked 7/5. Can I ask why you guys chose 7/5? Or was it just a simple mistake?
I think
Simple mistake? Okay.
it's clear.
And I do see 2 with 5/7, which I think I can agree with. It was a simple mistake again. And then 5/12.
That one.
Was that an accident? Yes, Joaquin.
Can I do the code again?
Oh,
I'll tell you.
It's on the bottom. 959-66682.
it's at the very bottom.
He knows the answer.
It was
959-6682. The reason why I picked 27 is because I didn't read the question.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, moving on, guys. Here we go. Next. Leilani, good job. Okay, a recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar to 4 cups of water. How many cups of sugar to 1 cup of water? guys can use your scratch paper if you need it. You guys still have 30 seconds, so you guys can reread it as many times as you can before the time runs out. I'm gonna pass like
Wow.
I think there's 2 of you still that haven't answered. One. Oh, good job. 1/4. You know what? I'm gonna take the 1/5 as an accident, guys. So good job. Good job, Mommy, Austin, Ethan, Mirel, and Jaden. Okay, third question, guys. What is cross multiply? Is it equivalent ratios of fractions can multiply both sides by both denominators? Crossing out the denominators? A comparison of 2 ratios, or ratios that make the same comparison of numbers?
I already know that.
Yes, Josh. Equivalent, yeah. It didn't fit the answer, so I had to shorten it. Okay, I need one more person to answer. Oh, good job. Most of you guys got it. Good job. And then there's a few of you guys that I'm gonna guess that it was a mistake. Again. Okay, Leilani, Austin, Ethan, Mirel, Jaden. Good job, guys. Okay, 4th question. What is proportion? A proportion is ratios that make the same comparison of numbers. A comparison of 2 ratios related in the same way through multiplication or division. Or a ratio that compares the different parts that make up a total amount. You guys have still 30 seconds, guys. Don't worry. You guys have enough time. You read it if you have to. There's 4 of you guys that need to answer. 3. Okay, good job. A comparison of 2 ratios. Can I see show of hands as to why we got the first one, ratios that make the same comparison of numbers? Yes, Joshua.
Because Isaiah said at the beginning, he said a house, and I heard 2 numbers that came together to make one, so I thought I made up the total amount. So
Total amount.
I was about to put comparison of 2 ratios, but I thought of what Isaiah said.
Okay. That's okay. And then there's also 6 of you guys that put a ratio that compares the different parts that make up a total amount. I think that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Joshua, right? Okay. Okay, Austin, good job. Good Taj, you're on the scoreboard. Okay, 5th question. What is a ratio? Everyone should hopefully know this already. It is related in the same way through multiplication or division. Ratios that make the same comparison of numbers. A comparison to ratios or a comparison between 2 quantities includes a fraction, a symbol, or word. Two of you. Or one. Hey, good job. Aiden, Austin. Oh, Aiden, you're almost there. Okay, 6 out of 10. What is an equivalent ratio? You guys have three options for this one, okay? Ratios that make the same comparison of numbers, related in the same way through multiplication or division, or a comparison of two ratios. One more person. Yeah, guys, an equivalent ratio is a ratio that makes the same comparison of numbers, okay? It's not related in any way to multiplication or division.
Oh, Gertage was coming up.
What is the value of x? Here's a cross multiplication question for you. Is it 4?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it 11?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it 16 or is it 48?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, I got it.
You guys can use your scratch paper if you need to. One more answer.
Accidentally got it wrong.
Okay, one more answer. Can I ask why we got 4 instead of 16? Can I get a brave
They're
volunteer?
right next to each other.
What happened? Why? Oh, Adrian, why did you get 4?
Oh no, I didn't get 4, but I'm just gonna make a guess that they had divided the 8 by 2.
Yeah, they had it the other way. 'Cause they had it like
Good inference. I love it. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Ooh, good Tosh. Moving up. Isaiah, Yvonne. Good job. Okay, here we go. There are 8 flavors of pie for a cell, and 3 of them are chocolate. What ratio of pie flavors to pie? Wait. What ratio of pie flavors to pie flavors with chocolates? I'll read that again. There are 8 flavors of pie for a cell, and 3 of them are chocolate. What ratio of pie flavors to pie flavors with chocolates? Or what is the ratio? I couldn't fit is. Remember, you guys have your scratch paper, and you guys have a minute. Two more answers. Okay, so what? So
You guys flipped it.
yeah, you guys flipped it. And then can I ask why someone got yellow? What? Was that an accident? Oh, okay, that was an accident. It's okay. It's okay.
Landon misclick.
No, I actually.
You, okay, class, you guys cannot get fooled over the switching of it all because it makes the answer totally different. So,
Have them pay attention to the word.
so there are 8 flavors of pie for a cell, and 3 of them are chocolate. What ratio of pie flavors? 8 to chocolate. 8 to 3, guys. So it can be the symbol called the colon symbol, the word 2, or the 8/3. Okay? I think we have one more, guys. 2 more. Good Tosh, good job. Joseph, you got him good too. Okay, here we go. What are the 3 correct ways to write ratios? I hope everyone gets this.
I put 4.
And you guys have like a minute, so you guys can take your time, read it over.
Oh, yeah, that really keep it up. He's making that money though.
Yes.
So, it looks like 25 of you guys got the 3/, got yellow correct, but this red one, 0 4 5, is incorrect. It has to be 0 2 5. Yes, William.
The most frustrating thing was happening. I
What
knew it was yellow and then missed it.
It's okay.
I knew it was yellow.
That's always happening.
Why do you think it's yellow?
Why do I think it's yellow?
Yes.
Because that one's got like 6 mercuries and stuff, and then the blue one's got multiplication, and the red one's got 4. So this is the only correct one.
Yes. See? You're fine, William. You got it.
I knew it.
Okay, moving on, guys. Let's see who's on the scoreboard.
I know.
Anyone new? Okay, last but not least, guys, what describes your understanding of ratios, proportions, and solving proportions? I'm an expert. You need help? I need more practice. I am almost there.
I wonder which
What's the right answer?
There's no right answer. I just want to see what everyone,
What about all of them are right?
how everyone's feeling about
But red
ratios.
you get.
I put red.
Red you get more points.
Whoa.
What? Yes, sir.
So from what okay, class?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like 2 of you guys need help. 9 of you guys need more practice. 11 of you guys are almost there, and then 7 of you guys are experts.
I knew it.
I hope you guys are experts because we have an activity after this. Actually,
Yes, sir.
Oh, you didn't let them see who won?
where is that at?
Oh, number 2.
It's gonna be your time.
And then there's Ethan good job, guys.
All because I chose I'm an expert.
Okay, so now that I've noticed that some of you guys are experts and some of you guys are almost there, we are going to continue moving on to an exit ticket that I will provide in a second before I read this instruction for you guys, okay? So, class, can you write down, please? So, before we head out to our break, everyone will be given a ticket that has 2 questions. Students will need to answer the questions in order to exit the classroom. If students have any questions, please raise your hand and I will be happy to help. Good luck, and please make sure to turn in the exit ticket to the teacher, which would be me, Miss Madrigal, okay? And as soon as everyone has their exit ticket, I would like for you guys to write, not write a question, but I'm gonna have a question for you guys so you guys can write it on the back of your exit ticket. Okay? So everyone take out your pencils. You guys may start on your exit tickets. And you guys may also use use your scratch paper for if you guys need extra room.
It's snowing. Look, my score is 5555.
In Bakersfield.
Did everyone get an exit ticket? Yes.
No.
Okay.
You say
Now, class,
Yeah.
as soon as we're done with our exit ticket, I want you guys to raise up your exit ticket and then I will know who's ready for the question that you guys will answer in the back. Okay, so Joshua. What outcome would you... Oh, sorry. What question? You raise your hand. Yes. Yes. as soon as you're done, please raise up your exit ticket so that I know when to ask the question for everyone, okay? Jason, you have a question? You're done? Just leave it up in there. Joaquin, leave it in the air. I need you guys to leave your tickets in the air so I know when to ask the question. Remember, you guys can use your scratch paper or whiteboard. So a few more working on it. William, do you have a question? What is the ratio of green borders? Okay, raise them high. Let's see who's ready. Raise them high. Raise them high. Show me you're ready for break. Okay, class, let's go ahead and put our tickets down. I have a question for you, okay? And it's regarding that first question, okay? I want you guys to predict what the outcome would be if the ratio of marbles was red instead of green marbles. So look back at your first question. So instead of it being green marbles, it should be red marbles. We're replacing it with red, okay? So it should read, a jar contains 23 marbles, of which are blue, 9 are red, and the rest are green. What is the ratio of red marbles? Question mark.
Can you please repeat that question?
Yes. So I want everyone to predict what the outcome would be if the ratio of marbles was red instead of green marbles. For the first question, it was just the very first question. We're replacing the word green for red. Okay. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, and let me see those exit tickets in the air if we're done.
By the way, why would you go
Okay, class. Alrighty, so it looks like we are ready for break, but I want to get a volunteer for the answer. Actually, I'm gonna ask for 3 brave volunteers. Quiet ones, by the way. So I want the first volunteer to answer the first question, which is a jar contains 23 marbles, of which 5 are blue, 9 are red, and the rest are green. What is the ratio of green marbles? Can I get a volunteer? Austin. 9 to 3. Good job. Second question. Use cross multiplication to find each unknown quantity. 4 over 5 equals 20 over x. What is the answer? Aiden, I haven't heard from you. 25, good job. Now our third question, which was our question from the back. We were predicting what the outcome would be if the ratio of marbles was red instead of green marbles. So what would be the answer, Trinidad?
The answer would still be the same.
Which is
9 to 23.
9 to 23. Does the class agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good job. Now let's go ahead and bring those exit tickets to the front, please. And we're gonna be ready for grade.
It's recording! Is it? What is it? I told myself how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. I told myself I didn't know how to do it from that, so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do like this and this. That's it. It's recording. Bad thing. I didn't know how to do it. I taught myself how to do it. I didn't know how to do it.
Watch your Alright, did I get everyone's exit ticket? Okay, guys, we are going to move on to our second activity, which will be a matching activity. And you guys can work independently if you guys wish, or you guys can work with your shoulder partner, okay? And you guys, you guys have about 15 minutes, maybe less. If you guys finish early, please let me know, and I will walk around to the monitor if we did it correctly, okay? Oh, thank you. Please put that away, please. Okay, guys, if you guys got the matching activity, go ahead and get started on it. Remember, you guys can work independently or with your shoulder partners. You guys make it to the back if needed. Yes.
We need scissors.
No, you don't need scissors. You guys can just cross it out. Sorry, I should have mentioned something about that.
Do we just put the letter or the actual?
Put the letter, please, and the number. Can you pass that to Celine? We are not using scissors. We're just gonna cross it out, okay? Did everyone get a matching activity? Oh, guys, before you guys continue, I'm sorry, I should have read the instructions. You guys are only working on odd questions, okay? Odd questions. Does anyone know what odd questions are?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna be working on odd questions only, and you guys can have 15 to 10 minutes to work on the activity, okay?
Like questions?
Yeah. What is the ratio strategy?
What is it? medium.
Just like, okay, that's perfect. And then cross out that, so
You know the numbers? Isn't two? It's two and it's even.
I got it.
Okay, any number. This is how I do it. This is how I do it. Think of the numbers. Think of the numbers that you could. They can simplify by two. The ones that can't are objects. Any number that has a half.
so you guys
Any number that can't be simplified by two.
Alright, so
Tori made 11 verses of
yes. Yeah, so skip two. Yeah, you can accept.
Only we did the odd one.
Only odd, yes.
What does it do like odd? Any numbers that don't have a half. Any numbers any numbers that get two fours. So I mean like goofy.
No, we're working on odd.
Any number that has a 2, 3, or 6, 8. Okay, how am I supposed to go?
All of the numbers. Cross out all of them.
Any number that
I'm messing up.
Wait, oh,
and you want to do like 1, 3.
Yes. That's, I'm sorry. I should have explained it better. Yeah. Do you get it now? Odd numbers, I'm sorry. Odd question.
so any number with those at the, any numbers? Yes, probably.
Austin, are you done? Okay, you're done? Okay, good job. You're done? You guys are done. You guys may work on all of them. Right now, I was just gonna be for odd for the sake of time, but you guys were faster than I thought. Oh, yeah, you can work on the even numbers if you guys want. So you guys were faster than I thought.
Erase.
No, this is 5. No, this is 5, 3. And this is
Go ahead and hold on to it.
Are you guys doing Tori?
Definitely like a big
I think
Okay guys, so since I know that some of you guys are finishing up, if you guys are done, can you guys please raise up the paper? Please make sure you guys have your name on it, and then we're gonna get ready for lunch, I believe, in a little bit, but first, we're gonna see what Ms. Ballesteri would like for you guys to do, so.
So I have something I would like for them to do before we go to lunch,
Okay,
because I need them to have a little bit of an eye opener, I think.
okay.
So I would like for you guys to, go to your Aries portal and look at